got to get him used to.
First, we make sure Buster is okay with the whip and that he understands if the energy is not directed at him, it doesn't mean anything and he doesn't need to react.
You can just relax. I'm not going to hit you.
You can expect him to get better at this with repetition, but it does take some repetition for a few more sessions. It's a good idea to check in with him first and make sure he's not reactive to or nervous about the whip itself. And that check will probably take less time with each session. Then I make sure he understands a go forward cue. Another good thing to check at the beginning of each session. I'll use a push as needed. And at least at first I'll make sure to give little mini releases for each positive response. I try to keep the whole session positive and easy for him. So here I'm going to gently encourage him to go into the trailer.
Well, he went all the way in. I mean, usually a horse is going to do that. Right?
And he makes a good effort.
Good. Super duper.
So I'll say good enough for a first try. It's easy to get in trouble if we ask for too much at once.
I don't want it to...
A little progress is enough. Here he makes a mini refusal, so I ask him to please continue, and he does. And I'm going to let him come out. That was a really good try. Now here he doesn't go all the way in, and this is after we've loaded a few times successfully. So that's a kind of a refusal. I'm just going to back him up aggressively. And then it's over.
Let him take his time.
He knows that I don't want him to be done.
Yeah, just let him take his time. Because he probably does. Yeah, and just tell him good boy.
Good boy.
I just sat down.
He's a good boy.
Just sit down and alone. That's what he wants you to leave him.
Should I try to do it without the whip?
You could.
Good boy.
But he's an older horse and he's hurt stuff. So you gotta have some sympathy. You just, not just ask for fast movements or movements. Come on. Good boy. One thing is he's got to get, a lot of gray hair, right? That's why. He's got plenty of muscle and a little fat, yeah.
Good boy.
Good boy. Now you don't want to come out. We'll have to address that. Maybe you will. Well, super duper. Good. It's okay. Let him take his time.
Step down.
Let him take his time.
Step down.
We, would ask him as long as he's figuring things out. Yeah. So you should follow that too in this direction. Right?
Yeah, but you're putting your hand there.
So
right?
for Cinnamon, we made sure first that she could soften the pressure and follow the feel.
My arm's straight. She steps this way, or she'll push me away. Just because I don't know her. Yeah, there. Soften the pressure and follow the feel. And so if you're having trouble going down, start here. It's easier for you and the horse. Soften the pressure. So I'm just bumping her lightly. I'm not. You'll see online, some trainers just bring them around or tie them around.
Oh, see, good. She just gave. I do it until she gives, then I release.
You get a little give, then release. And then you can work up to
But she's good about going down. She will go down very quickly. But the problem is to bring her down when she's not expecting it, that downward pressure, then she fights. And she flies up.
Well,
So we're just going to stay nice and calm
And she'll
as we
do
work
that,
with her
come down.
and not
girl.
get
It's
in a
just that
fight.
when I was the head lead rope,
Good. So No, tell her good.
Good girl.
And this is okay so long as we don't hold firmly if she needs to get away. We don't want to scare her or make her feel confined. Just show her that it's safe and okay to lower her head in response to the feel.
That's great. And walk her in a circle, let her take a break.
Sure.
No, you don't need tire and trailer. I think the main
Blocker ring will work well for Cinnamon. Helping her with her fear and nervousness about being tied is mostly a trust and de-spooking exercise. We want to expose her to things that she thinks are scary but really are no threat. Ideally, she'll be a little tense or nervous at first, but will stop with the stimulus before she moves her feet much. We want to prove to her that she can trust us to not push her too far. As she gets better at controlling her nerves and impulses, we can increase the stimulus and as much as she can tolerate it without trying to run away. We're just kind of repeatedly and persistently asking her to trust us, and also at the same time proving that we're not going to push her over the edge.
That's what I had to do with the park.
The commotion behind her is especially challenging when she's tied, but she showed a good ability to trust our assurance that it's okay and not overreact. She's definitely fearful or nervous about being tied. Chasing her backwards while she's tied so she can feel the rope
And
pull will
stop.
just escalate her tension and will not help her. The same thing for driving her backward if she pulls and backs up. This might be appropriate for refusal, but not for a fear-based behavior. It's exactly the wrong thing to do and will probably make her problem worse.
Yeah. But this is the one we're working on now. So she's thinking about going, right? She's exhibiting self-control. Don't push her much farther. Just a little more repetition of this until it looks like, oh, well, that's ho-hum. So then I can go a little farther. Like, how about this? Can you stand still for this, you know? But she's having a little trouble here. You know, it's like, good girl.
Our goal with this desensitizing stuff is kind of to get her bored with it and just ignore it, kind of ho-hum.
Here's how you make it go away.
And here I'm asking her to lower her head to make the annoying or scary thing go away,
A little repetition. She'll figure that out.
but I'm keeping it pretty easy. I can tell her what to do by pulling down on the halter, and I give her a little break each time she does it.
It's the same thing.
The goal here is to have her lower her head on have her lower her head on her own in response to the scary stimulus. We didn't quite get her there, but came pretty close.
Yeah, one thing.
He respects my space.
And at the end, we talked a little about how Buster should move his head away from rhythmic motion or pressure. You know, not be mouthy and move his head away if we tell him to.
If he's still fussing, you can just say, hey, okay, I'll give you a lot of attention, maybe more than you want. Although some horses just love this.
I was gonna say, he's a mouthy, so that's not gonna
Yeah,
work.
and it's fine, you know, he likes scratching, you can tell already. It's fine scratching, it just should be kind of at your initiative. You know, you can offer him, it's like, you're like,
And we've got another horse that'll come up to you and purposely.
yeah, let him
rub
roll
on
into you and let you scratch him, if you offer, you know, like that. And then when you're done, it's like, no. But when you're letting him go,
And he should lower his head and wait to be released when we remove the halter.
a lot of horses in the stable, you know, they can't wait to, so I waited.
So usually when
And at
his,
the end,
when
we did a
his
little
ears go forward like that, I
desensitizing
know
with
that's
the
a
ratchet
sense that
wrench.
he's worried about it. When they go straight forward like that.
So you don't want to throw him over the edge again, right? So you got to be careful and do a little bit. Nervous about it, you wanna look at it? Give him a break, let him see, it's just this thing. See, it doesn't hurt you. I'm saying, but you're okay, you're okay. So if I had the halter on, I'd ask him to cross. Good boy, super duper, yeah. You see it? Yeah, that was good. He'd rather not move, you know? I'm giving him just a little like, just so he knows, well, I'd rather you stay. But you can go if you need to, right? That much pressure. Like, you can go, so that time you didn't try. So I'm gonna say good, because, you know, I could ask for more, but